What's happening, all you beautiful beings out there? I'm Dank Fart, the Pirate Poet. Fart is spelled P-H-A-R-T. Is an acronym for pretty hot and reasonably talented. I'm bringing you more stories, views from my world so you can get to know where I come from as a being in this body. Speak lots of strange, crazy, wild poetry. Of this world that is this world of box within a box within a box within a box within a box that isn't even a box because a box is just a cube among many shapes and forms. Boop, 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 boop. I'm Dank Fart, the Pirate Poet. Ha! Anyways, yes, hello, ha! I'm here today to talk to you about my first psilocybin mushroom trip. That was a long ago. I'm now 34. My first psilocybin trip happened the spring when I was 18. That would have been 2004. 2004. It's 2020, so 16 years ago. I don't know exactly, remember how it all came about. I just remember I was with some friends hanging out at their house, and next thing there were some mushrooms, and they were like, oh, and I was like, felt very compelled that I should eat them. It wasn't really even much of a question. It was like, oh, I feel really, 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 really called to eat mushrooms right now, psilocybin mushrooms, and there wasn't any fear, doubt, or anything. It was I'm not even sure like I even really had a full concept of what they were. I just felt very compelled to get them, and eat them, and I did. And we went swimming in a flooded creek in my hometown, and I just had one of the most incredible experiences of my life. I could, the sky was clear blue. There was like rainbows dancing as the clouds would swirl, and swimming in the flooded creek, feeling really primal, jumping in, climbing on vines, walking in the water, and just being in this organic world and just being overwhelmed with joy and feeling so just primal and connected to this planet, and also going on an introspective journey, kind of almost like you could say a Christmas Carol type thing where you meet the ghosts or whatever, but you're just observing yourself and where you are in your reality, and it just made me want to be a better person. I wasn't a horrible person, wasn't doing any, just normal teenage rebellion. Part of my parents was they were really strict when it came to substance use. They don't drink or do anything at all. And I just always felt called to plant medicines, starting with cannabis. And I never really had negative experiences. I had some intense experiences that were, could be panicky or whatever. But I just always had the understanding that I could just have to just let it ride through. And I think part of that was my growing up around meditation, having a practice with breath and meditation, and being able to not fully self-identify with the panic and the chaos or whatever, and realizing that it's just constructs that I'm seeing in this world, and my mind telling me stories that are leading me to feel anxious, and that I don't have to give into those stories, and I can let the anxiousness be, but also not give into it and let it ride through. And so looking at myself, my life, my relationship to school and parents, and realizing that I could do better. I could get straight A's if I really just put in the effort. And it wasn't that I felt like I needed to do the effort. It was out of love for my parents, because they gave so much to the world for me in the world, and wanting to really be there and show up to my fullest. And that was it also within everything in my life, was that like I just was like, all right, maybe I'm not actually doing my best. I'm not actually trying my hardest, and really wanting to commit to that next level of life and being able to really thrive at my highest. And I remember coming out of it the next day, and it was, just a really fun adventure. It wasn't overall crazy out of this world, seeing hallucinations or anything. It was very slight within that, but it was just really a lot of pure, raw, emotive joy and a healthy dose of introspection upon my life and where I was going and how I was living it. And coming down the next day, or the next, into the evening, and coming down, and then waking up the next day, I remember very clearly thinking to myself, wow, that anything that makes you want to be a better person can't be that bad for you. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's pretty good. And from that point on, I dove fully in, and now have been on a mission ever since to be a vocal proponent of the liberation of these plants. I really think the decriminalization is a great way to step forward into that, because we need to ensure that a capitalist model of extraction does not occur upon these sacred plants, and they need to have access, and they need to also not be harvested out into extinction. So we must be very mindful in how we practice and how we move forward with this, and we must maintain equitable access for all peoples, no matter what your financial capacity is. And so with these medicines, then they need to be brought to the world. And within that, yeah, so that's been my journey. My first mushroom experience, back when I was 18. I've been using the mushrooms and various other psychedelics regularly ever since. And I we'll see what happens. I don't know for sure, but I will likely practice for the rest of my life. And it is a beautiful journey that is this creation. Thank you for being here, listening to my stories about where I come from, how I am, who I am, and this body of bones and meat expressing poetry. Be sure to check out my campaign, the Peaceful Mother Lover Challenge, and the poem, the Peace on Earth Movement, and make peace on Earth by making peace signs on the earth. Contribute $1. Well, to me, 33% goes to organizations supporting the planet and permaculture, regenerative culture, psychedelics, and plant medicine. You can contribute that $1. Venmo, dankfart, DANK-PHART. PayPal, dankfart@gmail.com, DANKPHART@gmail.com. Let's seed our love into this planet and raise some vibrations and positivity. I know we can do it. Together we can do anything. Let's celebrate this life and live with joy. You can find me here up on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Patreon, all under Dankfart, DANKPHART. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. Many blessings.